Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to make a thinking of you card using my Big Shot and some of my celebration products that are soon going to be retiring. I've decided my card base is going to be Sahara sand. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and I scored it at 4 1/4 mark, and that's going to be my card base. I've also taken another piece of Sahara sand cardstock and I've cut it 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to emboss it using my wood grain folder and my Big Shot to create a layer for the front of the card. So I'll bring in my Big Shot, and I have my platform on tab 2 and my 2 standard cutting pads. I'm going to put my cardstock layer, the Sahara sand, inside. And because the wood grain has a definite pattern to it, you want to make sure that your cardstock is aligned inside so that your wood grain's not really funky looking when it comes out. I've got my platform on tab 2, bottom standard cutting pad, my embossing folder with the cardstock inside, top standard cutting pad, and then I'm going to bring it in nice and close to me and emboss it. And I absolutely love how it embosses the wood grain on it so beautifully. So I'm done with my Big Shot, and now I'm going to complete my card by adding some embellishments. So I've got my card layer sitting right here, and I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of summer starfruit cardstock. I believe I've cut it 4 by 2. And I'm going to line that up at the bottom of my wood grain layer, like so. And then I have a scrap piece of Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper. And I'm going to run that along the top part of my summer starfruit layer and adhere it like so. And then I have my Sweet Sorbet accessory pack, and in that I have some of the summer starfruit twine, and so I'm going to add that as a layer just above. And what I'm going to do is put some strips of snail adhesive and then tap that down. And then I'm going to put some snail adhesive on the back of that. Trim off my summer starfruit twine. Get it lined up on the front of the card. Wrap it around the back, and it's adhered quite nicely. Let's just pull this up a little bit. There we go. So we've got that going on. And then I think at this point what I'm going to do is attach this layer to the front of my card. And I'm going to do that by putting some Stampin' Dimensionals in the corners, one in each corner. And maybe one in the middle, just so it gives it a little bit of lift off. Peel the tail off the Stampin' Dimensional. These Stampin' Dimensionals have been around for a while and they're quite sticky. It's hard to get off the tail off of it, but it's coming. One more, and then I'm going to attach it to my card base. There we go. Okay, so there we have a really cool looking card front coming together. And now it's time to do some stamping and some punching. I'm going to use the Banner Blast stamp set. Love it, and that's also a free celebration choice. And I'm going to, now I chose the wood mount stamp set, so it comes in quite a nice box. And I've chosen 3 different patterns, and I'm going to stamp 3 different colors. I'm going to use the colors that are in the designer series paper. When you are going to stamp and punch, it's always good to just check out the way that the punch faces so that you know which direction you need to stamp. And then I'm going to do a pool party. Stamp it like so. And then the last one I'm going to do is pistachio pudding. So these 3 colors are in the Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper. So I've got them, all 3 of them stamped, and now I'm going to bring in the banner punch, and I'm going to punch those 3 out. And then I am going to use a Stampin' Dimensional and adhere each one on to the front of my card. So there's the pool party. I think I'm going to put the Summer Starfruit one in the center. Let's put a Stampin' Dimensional on it. My second one, and then the third one is the pistachio pudding. And I'll put it on like that. So that's looking pretty cute. But also in this stamp set is a little flower image, and it corresponds with the Itty Bitty Punch Pack. So I'm going to bring back in my Whisper White scrap cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the flower and punch it out. This is Crisp Cantaloupe. And then I'll just clean it off. And I'll stamp it with Sahara Sand, which is yet another color in the Designer Series paper. And then I think for the last one, I'll probably use Pool Party again. So I'll ink it up using my Pool Party, stamp it down, and then we're going to punch them out. It's 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to attach them to the banners on top by using my silicone sheet and my 2-way glue pen. I use my silicone sheet because if any glue tumbles off the side when it dries, I can just peel it off and I'm good to go. So I'm going to put the Crisp Cantaloupe there. Hopefully you can see it okay. And then I'll do the Pool Party on top of the Summer Starfruit. And then I have a Summer Starfruit one, which I'll put, no I don't, I have the Sahara Sand. And I'll put it like so. I deliberately want mine to be off center because I think that's very attractive for the eye. And then what I'm going to do is bring in the Thinking of You stamp from the For You stamp set Here's the 4U stamp set. I've got it mounted on clear block H, I believe. Yep, clear block H. I'm going to ink it up with the Sahara Sand. With the Summer Star Fruit ink. And I'm going to stamp it down on the front of the card, like so. And there we go. I've got a cute and easy to make card. You could make several in a sitting, and they are very attractive and fun to make using my celebration products and my Big Shot and my wood grain folder. I think what I'll do when the video is over is I might pull out either my basic pearls or my rhinestone jewels, and I might add a jewel or a pearl to the center of each flower just for one more added touch, and perhaps even a bow on the front to complete the card. So there's lots of different ideas you can do once you make a card just to bump it up a notch. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used to make this card and the measurements for the cardstock layers, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While on my blog, you can subscribe to my customer newsletters. They're free, and I send out 3 different kinds of newsletters each month. You can place an order for the products I used to make this cute card. Don't forget, celebration ends March 31st, 2014. So with a $50 product order, you can earn some of these products I used today for free. You can join my team of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and travel to convention with us this summer, or you can just ask me a question. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.